Soyos. Hey guys, it's Key, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you how I get my hair big and curly and voluptuous. I've been wearing my hair like this a lot lately and I've been getting a lot of comments and questions on how I achieve this look. So today I actually had to wash my hair and I was gonna curl it, so I thought, well, why don't I just film it while I'm doing it and actually show you how I do it. It's really easy to do, it doesn't take that long. It only takes me really from actually having wet hair to having curls like this probably about 15-20 minutes, maybe a little bit more if I'm like messing around like with putting music on and stuff. But I can do it really quick, and you don't need a lot of tools either. You just need, you know, your hairdryer, a curler and some hairspray and stuff. It lasts me, honestly, it lasts me about 2 or 3 days. I might get a 4th day out of it, but I might have to use a little bit of dry shampoo and stuff. But it's good because I'm trying to not wash my hair as much, because over here the water and the sand and everything it just destroys your hair, so I'm trying to not wash it as much. So by keeping it curly I can kind of get away with kind of having dirty hair for a few days, if that makes sense. I don't know, it sounds gross, but anyway, I love wearing this look. It's really kind of glamorous and it looks like I've made a huge effort when I really haven't. So if you want to see how I created this curly voluptuous hair, then just keep watching. Okay, so you're going to start with damp towel dried hair, and the first thing that I'm going to put in my the first thing I'm going to use is the Boots Added Volume Mousse. So this just helps to give my hair a bit of texture for the curl to hold, and also gives it a bit of volume and thickness. So I take about that much, like a palm size amount of mousse, and then I just distribute that through the hair, and I kind of mainly concentrate on the root area so that it'll give it that volume. You don't want to add too much or it'll get kind of sticky and greasy, but you obviously want to add enough that it'll create a nice hold for the curl. I think that's probably about enough. Next I take a tiny pump of the Boots Styleworks hair serum. Obviously you don't have to go for Boots products, you can use whatever mousse and serum that you like. But I only take about 2 pumps of this, you probably can't see, and I rub that all over my hands so that both of my hands are completely covered. And then I don't go near the root area, but I go from about the mid-lengths to ends with this serum, and what this does is it helps to control any frizz that I might have after I curl my hair. It keeps the curl nice and smooth, you know what I mean? Because after a day or so, because it can be quite humid here, the curls can start to become a little bit frizzy, so this just helps with that. This also helps to give shine to your hair. And it smells so nice, like it smells fresh and fruity. It's really nice, and I don't think it's that expensive either. You can get it at Boots. I will link these in the description box below as well. So once you have all the products in the hair and distributed evenly, and then you want to go ahead and blow dry the hair. Now when I blow dry my hair, I literally just blast my whole head. I don't blow dry with like brushes or anything like that, because it doesn't, like, your hair doesn't need to be straight, it doesn't need to be blow dried out, you know, perfectly. It just needs to be dry. I put my head upside down and blow dry my hair upside down so that I give it the added volume as well. So I'm gonna go and do that off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I've just blow dried my hair, and you can see that it's already quite big and full. I've got a lot of hair. So that's going to help with the curl to make it look really, really nice and full and voluptuous. So what you want to do next is grab your curling iron. So I'm actually using this one, which funnily enough is also from Boots. I didn't even realise that until I was drying my hair and I looked over and I realised that there was a little Boots label on this. This is not sponsored by Boots or anything like that. I don't know why all my products are from Boots, just happen to be that way. But these are really, really cheap. These ones, you can get one on Argos, from Argos as well, I think. They're like, well, I think this one was like a tenner or 11 pounds or something like that. Really cheap. I will put a link in the description of something similar. But it's just, yeah, just a standard curling iron. It has a little clamp that you can wrap your hair in and clamp it if you want. But I'm not going to be using it that way. I'm actually going to be using it just as one that you twist your hair around. Once that is heated up, mine's been heating up while I was drying my hair, what you want to do then is grab a clip or, you know, some kind of grip or a hair tie or whatever, just so you can section your hair off. So the first section I'm going to do kind of just underneath the ear, like not right along the ear line, but just a little bit underneath, kind of more towards the nape of the neck. So quite a thin section, maybe a little bit more actually, because it doesn't need to be, we don't need all of our hair to be like completely like tightly curled. So probably about that much for the first section. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And then just gather the rest of the hair and pop it out of the way. So just clip it up out of the way. Okay. So we were left with a section about that much hair. About there. Yeah, probably is about above the ear actually. So then section that into two. Okay, roughly. Like, this doesn't have to be accurate or anything. Just roughly two sections. And then again into two sections. Okay? So I'm going to curl all of the curls away from my face because I find that that gives the most volume. If you want to, you can mix it up. You can do one curl away from the face, one curl towards the face, one curl away, but I prefer to just do all of the curls away from the face because it gives excuse me, it gives the most volume. So like I said, I'm using the curling iron as if it were just a curling iron that you can't clamp, just like a twisty one. Please, 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 please be careful when you're using these irons. If you have a glove, those heat protection gloves that you can wear, please wear those. Just be super careful around your ear, your neck, and pretty much anywhere. If you're like me, anywhere, because the last day that I did this, I actually burnt my arm and it really hurts. My boyfriend had to put burn spray on me and stuff, so just please be careful. So the first curl, I'll spill over so you can see, I actually just twist it around and then kind of twist it back in towards my scalp. Please be careful of your scalp and your ear. And then I just hold it there for a few minutes until the hair starts to get warm. And then you know that it's starting to curl your hair. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I actually am technically a qualified hairdresser. I went to, like hardly, I went to a hairdressing school when I was 18, 19 for 2 years, and you know, I qualified as a hairdresser, and I never worked as a hairdresser then afterwards. I just went to school and then I didn't like it, so anyway. So you can see this is the type of curl effect that you get, depending on how much hair you take. Obviously if I took a skinnier section it would be really tightly curled, but for about the size of the section that we took, it's going to be kind of like this, almost kind of wavy. So just leave that, we don't need to touch it, just let it cool off. So then we take the next section, which again is roughly around the same measurement, I suppose. I'm having a struggle here with this cord. Okay. And again, just curling the hair away from the face. yeah, so I know the basics. Like I still know the basics of hair and stuff, and like I can style hair and stuff like that. Like, I'm quite good at styling hair and doing updos and all that kind of fun stuff, but I couldn't colour hair. Like I couldn't colour somebody's hair. I certainly wouldn't cut somebody's hair. I could cut someone's hair straight, but anything more advanced than that and it would look like Edward Scissorhands had been at him. Okay, so then again you're left with this kind of effect, and just leave it, don't touch it. So I'm going to do the same on the other side, and I'll speed it up because you probably don't need to look at this. Okay, so once you've got all of your curls on that section done, you just let it cool for a few minutes, and that helps to actually set the curl. And then what I like to do is take a bit of hairspray. The one that I'm using at the moment and really liking is the, I struggle to say this, Soyos? Sounds Japanese, I actually don't know whether it is or not. Oh, it's apparently by Schwarzkopf and Henkel. Oh, it's German maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it's made in Germany. So I don't know how you pronounce that. Soyos. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. Anyway, I'm using that one, the Stronghold hairspray, which is a strength number 3. It says it's a 48-hour stronghold, and it's anti-humidity, which is great because over here it can be so humid sometimes. Not exactly where we live, but in Dubai city it's so humid. So anyway, I just like to spray my curls with that. Don't go overboard or else you're going to get like crusty curls, so just give it a spray. And then this is an optional step, but something that I like to do if I really want to give my hair like super body is I use one of these backcombing brushes. Now, you can get these everywhere. Mine's got hair in it. You can get these in a lot of different places. I've seen them in Primark, Pennies, Boots, Superdrug, like all different places like that. You can get them. They're really easy to pick up. But yeah, it's a backcombing brush. You can see it kind of looks like a big massive toothbrush, and it has a pick on the end of it. These are really good for backcombing the hair. So what I like to do sometimes, I don't do it on every single section, but I usually do it on the bottom section and then on the section around my crown, is I actually like to go in and backcomb the curls. Now if you don't know how to backcomb, or if you're not really familiar with backcombing, it can be quite damaging to your hair if you don't do it properly. So the main thing to remember is not to go up and down like as if you're scrubbing. Put the brush on the section of the hair that you want to backcomb and push it up. Just push it up in one direction, and that basically just pushes hair up and creates more of it gives the hair stiffness, and it gives the hair like a padding almost in that area. I'm not sure if I'm explaining that properly, but it just gives it body and volume and height as well. Backcombing is an amazing invention. And like, I'm really lucky, I have a lot of hair, and my hair is quite thick naturally anyway, but for me, I just love like big hair. Like, I swear sometimes that I should have been born in like Texas or something, because I just love big hair and I do not care. Like, I feel like if I was born in Texas and I was one of those like Texas like churchgoers, like I would have a big like head full of like platinum blonde, like backcombed, sprayed like hair that wouldn't move when you moved, like just like a helmet of hair. That's my dream. Actually. Okay, so just, you can, like I say, this is an optional step, but if you want to do it, especially if you've got really thin hair, like, or fine hair, it would be good to do this as well. And then I like to just give it another quick spritz. It's hard to talk and spray hairspray at the same time because you end up eating it, to kind of hold that backcombing in. Okay, so then we just move on to the next section, and it's really up to you, you know, how thick or thin you want your curls to be, how loose or tight you want your curls to be. So just kind of, because I'm used to doing it, I do this hairstyle quite a lot. I kind of am used to the sections that I want to take, so I already know I'm going to go probably around here, like where my temples are, and then just scoop and take the section. But you'll learn, you'll gauge which way you prefer your hair to be. So I'm going to speed this bit up because I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did in the last section, and you don't need to show me doing, it's pretty boring. But I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to curl all the curls away from my face, and then I'll do the next section, and then when I get to the top bit, it's a little bit different, so I'll put it back on normal speed and I'll explain what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're at the crown bit we've done, and this is the last section. So this bit is a little bit different because my hair, I don't part it in the middle, I part it a little bit over to the side. So if you part your hair in the middle, then this is not gonna be an issue for you. You could just continue and do the exact same thing that you've done with every single layer, but for me it's a little bit different. So I take my clip out, and then I actually just let my hair fall in like the natural way that it would fall. So just kind of push it, and then I can see where my parting is, and it's here, kind of around here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So that means that there's a little bit more hair on this side than there is on this side. So what I'm going to do is, this side I'll just curl normally, and then this side I'll actually section this off into two bits. Okay, so that's that side done, and then with this side then I'm just going to kind of split it in the middle as if my hair was parted in the middle. And these ones, I want the sections to be a little bit bigger. I want the curls to be a little bit bigger. So I don't part them as many times, I just part it twice. Because these are the curls that frame the face, so I want these ones to be really like bold, like I want these ones to be really bouncy, I suppose you could say. So you can see this section is a little bit bigger than the other sections that I would have taken. Not too much bigger, but a little bit. And wrap that one around. Okay. And you might need to sort of flick this one back up. You can see there. Okay. And then this section that we flipped over, just put that back and do the same thing again. Okay, so that's all the curls done, so you can turn off your curling iron. And now obviously we're left with a head of what looks like 1999 noodles. Like literally it looks like something from the 1990s, I know, don't worry. we're not keeping it like this, definitely not. It looks like, honestly, it looks like something that I would have worn my hair in like 2001 with butterfly clips. So next we just give it another spritz of hairspray. And all of the curls are not uniform, like some of them are different, some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger. That doesn't matter. Now the fun bit. So the first thing that I do is I just literally use my hands and I just brush my brush my hands through my hair away from my face. So I'm pushing all the curls back and I'm breaking them all up, and I'm getting underneath as well. Just running my hands through my hair to break up the curls. Okay, and you see already that's improved it somewhat. And then the next, the best bit is I take a brush like this. So this is actually a Denman brush, and it is a really good brush for styling. Mine is a little bit battered. I've had it for years, like I actually had it since when I was in hairdressing school. But they're brilliant for styling, and they're designed for pretty much doing this type of thing, brushing through curls and all that kind of stuff. So just literally brush through the whole hair with this. Every single curl, make sure that you break it up. And when you're brushing, brush the curls away from your hair, away from your face, beg your pardon. But don't brush too much, or else you're gonna get like frizzy bits. Just lightly brush, like don't like brush hard, brush lightly. Okay, underneath as well. Okay, and then lastly, what you want to do is flip your head over. This is kind of optional, but I always do this. I flip my head over and I spray loads of hairspray. Yes, I know I use a lot of hairspray. I know I'm doing terrible damage to the environment. I know, I'm sorry. I do feel bad. And then you can just go ahead and sort of style your hair in the way that you want to wear it. Like if there's any bits that look a bit strange, like this front bit is not kind of sitting right. So what I would do here is my trusty old backcombing brush. Backcombing will solve every problem. So what I would do is I would just backcomb a little bit underneath here, spray a bit, and then sit it down. And you can kind of almost mold it into place with your fingers and your brush. Every time I do this hairstyle, it looks a little bit different. Like the front, this bit today is looking very like wavy, like Hollywood style. Normally it would be kind of curled away from my face, and it kind of sits away from my face, and I prefer it to be like that, but for some reason today it didn't do that. But that doesn't matter, because you know it's fine, and when I sleep on it it will change it up a little bit. This hairstyle will probably last for 2 or 3 days, which is great. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like I say, if there's any bits that you don't like, just kind of backcomb them and they will sit down for you, or you can kind of mold them into the way that you want them to be. Also, if you find that your crown area is not as poofy as you'd like it to be, you can always pick that up and again give that a little back comb. Sorry, line shot there. Okay. And if you want it even less curly or less wavy, like just go in again with the brush and brush all the curls out. That bit is annoying me a little bit. I might have to fix that. That is pretty much it. That is how I get my bouncy, wavy, voluptuous hair. Yeah, I've been wearing my hair like this pretty much every day now. Even if I think that I'm not going to keep my hair down, even if I think I'm going to tie my hair up or whatever, it's still really good to have your hair curled. When you curl your hair, it just makes it more pliable if that's even a word that you can describe hair with, but it just is more manageable. You can do a lot more looks with it. It's easier to style when you've got a bit of grip and curl to it. But yeah, so I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that you give it a go and let me know if you try out this hairstyle and if any of my tips have helped you with your curling technique. Let me know if you do like hair videos as a change from makeup videos, because I do wear my hair different ways. Like I do a messy bun, sometimes I put my hair back in like a low bun type thing. If you do like need to mix things up with makeup and hair, be sure to let me know in the comments. I will link all of the products that I used in the description box below, and thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.